Good morning, everybody. How are you? It is Meg. I'm here from Empowered by Meg, and this is my live 10 a.m. senior sweat class. How is everybody doing out there this morning? It's just about 10 a.m., so I'm going to give people a moment or two to jump on. So while we are waiting for everybody, please feel free to get yourself situated. Make sure that you have some water. If there's any props that you have that you'd like to use for this morning's class, I invite you to have those. Remember, props can be anything. You don't have to use traditional exercise equipment to participate in today's class. You don't need traditional exercise equipment at any time to do exercise or do something that's good for you. All you need is the tools of what to do, a good little plan to follow, maybe a little bit of creativity, and if you have extra things that can double as a weight, awesome, okay? But nothing is mandatory. Hello, good morning. Hi, Jim. How are you? Oh, I think it was your birthday. I can't remember if it's today or if it was yesterday. I apologize if it was yesterday and I missed it. Happy birthday. Thanks for coming to sweat with me. Who else do we have out there? We got B. Hi, everybody. Good to see you all. Welcome. Good morning. How's everybody feeling this morning? Good, I hope. Again, if you're just tuning in and you don't know who I am, I'm Meg, your fearless leader from Empowered by Meg. But I think most of you know who I am who are joining in. So welcome and thank you. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. If you didn't hear me and you just jumped on, you don't need anything specific for today. However, if you do have some props, feel free to get them out now. You can use light dumbbells, or you can use some props like some water bottles, some soup cans, maybe even some heavy books. If you've got some pots or some vases, things like that are great. Really, anything works. If you can pick it up, it can serve as a weight, okay? Even your pets. I don't know if any of my pets will be joining us this morning. Probably not. But you never know. So, it's Wednesday, the third day of the week. I feel like all the days keep blending in. But if you're tuning in, you're doing a good job. Even if you're not tuning in on a different day, you're still doing a good job, okay? These are tough times, and I hope that I can at least provide you with a bit of respite from whatever might be stressing you out. All right, so are you ready to begin? Okay, so we're going to start it off sort of light today. I'm actually pretty sore and tired this morning. Even people like myself get worn down. And though I haven't been able to teach my regular schedule of classes live in front of people, for the last 3 weeks, I have been doing a different style of classes. And it's hard, because if you've joined me live, I don't usually physically do the classes. So I'm doing the classes in addition to my own workouts, and I'm talking while I'm teaching. It's a whole new ballgame, but I'm happy to do it. So let's start it off with some gentle movement, and let's take it into some walking knee hugs. And again, if you don't have the space to actually walk, you can just stay in place. Feel free, if you're struggling with balance, to move close to something that you can lean against or support yourself with, because at this point, we're not working on our balance. We just want to work on getting that blood flowing and starting to move that body. I'm not sure when you woke up this morning. Maybe it was within the last hour or so. Maybe it was hours and hours ago. Maybe have some early birds out there, but it's a good thing to just start to work that body, move it, and wake it up. Good, okay. So from here, I want you to extend your right leg forward like you're pointing your toe, okay? now I want you to draw some circles with that leg. Again, if you need to, feel free to reach out and lean on something. Maybe you have a chair with you. Maybe there's a coffee table nearby, whatever you got. Now draw those circles in the opposite direction. Try to keep your legs straight. Good. Okay, we're gonna stay on that same leg now. Now we're gonna do some leg extensions. So lift your leg up, extend out. And I'm gonna keep that leg raised. If you wanna do these seated at any time, feel free to do them seated. I see we had some more people join on, so welcome, hello. I'm Meg, in case you don't know who I am. Good, okay, now we're going to switch legs. So let's start it with those leg circles. So point your toe and draw those circles. I hope you're all having a good week. It's the middle of the week. You're almost through to the end. And switch directions. Good. All right, now let's do those leg extensions on that same leg. Again, you can feel free to hold on to something if you need some balance assistance, or you can place your hands on your hips. So lift that leg up and extend. Start to feel the muscles in your leg waking up. You want to feel this through your quad. It's the top part, front part of your leg here. Through your thigh. Good. Okay. Now, let's wake up our calves, all right? Right here in this area, your soleus. Now, you might actually find a lot of people cramp up in that area. It could be a variety of reasons. I'm going to tell you one thing in particular. If you don't drink enough water, you might experience lots of cramping, especially in this area. So drink your water. If you take classes with me or you work with me regularly, I'm always telling you that. There's a reason for it. Okay, so I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see me better. Come up onto your toes and then drop your heels, okay? So up on your toes, drop your heels. Toes, heels. And again, feel free if you need to. Place your hands on something like the back of a chair, or reach out towards a wall like how I am. For another 5, 4, if you're just joining us or you're new to my live classes, we're just doing some mobility and warm-up drills before we go into our actual workout. Good. All right, let's continue to focus on the back side of our body, specifically through our legs and our butt now. And we're going to do some heel kick-ups. So we're going to kick, and we're going to alternate it. And as we kick up, I want you to start to feel the muscles through the backs of your thighs. That would be your hamstrings. And as you kick those heels up, I want you to think about curling your heel up into your butt, your glutes. Now let's pick one leg and do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said 10, right? Okay. All right, let's do 10 on the other side. Ready? And go. Kick it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Okay, let's pay attention a little bit to our outer thigh area and our hips. So we're going to do some lateral leg raises. Again, feel free, if you need balance, just reach out to something, or someone if you get a buddy with you. I'm just going to put my hands on my hips, and I'm going to take one leg, doesn't matter which one, raise it out to the side, and put it down. Breath out, breath in. Breath out as you raise away, breath in as you bring it down. Pay attention to your range of motion. You might have a really wide range. Maybe you have a limited, and you can just go to here. The key is to focus that mind-body connection to the muscles that you're trying to warm up here. So you want to feel this through your outer thigh. So far we've just used our body, nothing else. Okay, now let's switch sides. Same thing on the other side. You might have one side that you have a larger range of motion and more flexibility. That's totally normal. Maybe you can't even do this on one side. So if you can't, just step the leg out. You might not actually be able to raise that leg, but try to work within your safe zone. And remember, Everything that I'm showing you or suggesting is just that. It's a suggestion. You know your body best. You know what's right for you. You know what's wrong for you. Okay? So, work out and participate in a manner that you feel comfortable. Good, because we've got people of all different backgrounds and abilities that show up to my classes, whether they're virtual or in person. And our goal is to always make it so that everybody can do something, okay? We can find ways to make it easier if you need it, and we can find ways to make it more challenging if you need it. So separate your feet about hip-width distance apart, and let's take it into some torso twists. Again, this is one of those movements that maybe you're okay with this twisting motion. If this pulls on your lower back and you're not able to, maybe focus on just twisting through your shoulders in the upper part of your torso and take the lower twist or the full torso twist out of it. Now let's go 2 and 2. And you should start to feel your torso warming up. And now let's start to add some reach extensions. I'm reaching those arms nice and long. Now I'm starting to activate that side body a little bit more. Now I'm going to start to work my legs in and get a full little pivot and twist here. Again, if you're not able to twist because you have maybe some knee issues, that's okay. You can still just take it into the torso twist or the modified shoulder twist. Okay, now let's take it up overhead, reaching the arms nice and long. Nice long extensions. Good. Okay, now let's take those arms. We're going to do some lateral to front raises. Okay, thumbs up. Again, you don't need anything. This is just our warm-up. So breath out. Breath out. Breath in when your arms come back down to your body. Focus on using your shoulder strength to raise your arms up, whether it's out to the sides or to the front. Relax your neck. And speaking of your neck, we're going to do some neck and head rolls next. You ready? Here we go. Take it into a nice, gentle neck and shoulder head roll. I'm taking it from shoulder to shoulder. If you've been sitting a while, reading, doing whatever on your device, watching TV, basically anything where you're not moving around, running around, walking around, this area tends to get a lot of stress and tension. Okay, now bring it up and let's look back up at the ceiling and then tuck the chin, look down. Couple more. One more. Good. All right, now take your shoulders. We're going to do some shoulder shrug, release. Shoulders up like you're trying to touch them to your ears. Release. Okay, now let's take it to some shoulder shrug and rolls. I'm trying to keep my arms mostly straight. Now take those shoulder shrug and rolls, it's so hard to say, and take it in the opposite direction. I think I said it at the beginning, but make sure you have water with you today. You should always have water nearby throughout your day, but especially when you're exercising. Good. All right, now take your arms out to the sides. Let's go into some arm over arm crosses to wake up a bit through our chest. And then we're going to do some wall walk-ups. So if you have a wall nearby, I'd like you to get close to it. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to go into some wall walk-ups. All that requires you to do is stand about 2 to 3 feet away from your wall. Put your arms out in front and then lean into that wall. You can choose to walk your feet further back if you like, right? Tighten up your core, so that means draw your belly in, like you're trying to bring your belly button to your spine. And now start to slowly walk those hands as high up as you comfortably can. You're going to feel this in your shoulders. And now hold here. And now you might even feel a stretch through the backs of your calves. Sort of depends on your body. Hold here. Now walk it back down. Now you can walk it just to here, or you could choose to walk it down into a flat back till your body's parallel. You'll feel a stretch through the backs of your legs. You can take that tightness out if you're feeling it by bending your knees. And now let's start to walk it back up. So now I'm going to start to walk it back up. My spine's going to straighten out. Again, I'm going to walk here. Now explore with how close your feet are to the wall, okay? If you need a little bit less resistance, walk your feet closer. And then maybe you can get a little bit taller. Release it. Let's walk those hands back down. I'm leaving fingerprints on my wall. I never touch my walls. That means I'm going to have to clean this after. Walk it back till you're in your flat back. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Good. Okay, so now that we've got the body a little bit warmed up, going through some of those mobility drills. Hi, Kathy, how are you? Nice to see you on here. We're going to go into our actual cardio warm-ups. This is something that I want you to do that gets your heart rate up, okay? So I'm going to suggest some things. You take it to whatever degree or level is right for you. So we're going to take it into a little bit of a jog. So you can jog in place, or you can jog around your space. If you can't jog, take it into a march. We're going to do this for about 30 seconds. And then we're going to do some side-to-side movement patterns, and I'll show you a couple ways that you can do that. We're going to repeat this 2 more times, so we're going to do 3 little rounds of this, and then we're going to go into our actual workout. Okay, here we go. We're going into a side-to-side movement. You can just step to the side, step to the side. Or, if you have a little bit more flexibility and you want to elevate it, I'm taking it into a little side lunge. So I'm bending one knee, sitting back into the hip, making sure that I'm not pushing my weight forward through my knee. I'm going to do this from the side so you can get a better look. Okay? I'm sitting back into my hip. Good. Couple more. Good. Okay, now I'm going to go into a little skip pattern. So I'm going to skip. You can take the arms out if you want and just do the skip. If you can't skip, just march. Maybe raise the arms up. Do what you can. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay. Let your heart rate come down. By doing all 3 of those things, you should feel a little bit breathless. Your heart should be pumping, that blood should be flowing. Maybe that was easy for you, maybe it's really challenging. Next round, I want you to take it up, if you can, and make it a little bit more challenging. So if you were marching, maybe try a little jog. If you were jogging, maybe jog a little faster. Okay? Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and jog. So now I'm going a little faster. If I'm marching, maybe I'm going a little quicker, or maybe I'm going a bit more exaggerated in my stride. Again, you can go all around the room, or you can do it right in place. I don't know how much space you're working with. Keep going. You think maybe you can go 10 more seconds this time? I think you can. We're going for 30 this round. We did 20 first. You're almost there. And stop. Good. Okay, now we're going to go with that side to side. Ready, set, go. Side to side. Again, I'm doing our side to side lunge. You don't have to do that. You could just choose to do step to the side, step to the side. Whatever you're doing, take it into a side to side, otherwise known as a lateral movement pattern. And we're going to do this for 30 seconds. We have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and stop. Good. Okay. Ready for the skip? 30 seconds. In 3, 2, and go. Skip. If you want to, add the arms. Remember, if you can't skip, just do that exaggerated stride. that I use to clean my new floors down where my gym and my lower level are, okay? You don't have to use specifically this, like I mentioned. It can be anything that's long and that has a rod, okay? If you have a body bar, and that's actually a weighted piece of gym equipment, usually anywhere between like 5 to 25 pounds, you can feel free to use that for this part of your workout, okay? If you don't have anything that you can hold, you can also just follow along with the arm movements. All right, so we're gonna do a full little workout here using our long object. All right, so here's how it's going to start. We're gonna bring our arms up, take an overhand grasp so that your palms are facing away from you. And we're gonna take our arms and we're gonna press up overhead. Ready? Here we go, press it up, bring it down. As you're pressing those arms up overhead, take a big deep breath out. Breath in as you bring it down. We're gonna do 4 more. For 1, 2, 3, 4. With that overhand grasp, we're gonna tilt forward so that our body is parallel to the floor. And now we're gonna work our back muscles as we pull. So pull for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Good. All right, now we're gonna take this weight or bar, whatever you have, and if you can, place it up here on the top part of your back. If that is too uncomfortable for you and you're not able to get your arms back, you can hold it right here across the top of your chest. But for those of you who do have the range of motion and the ability to bring it here, if you feel any pain, you should remove the bar from here and place it in the front, okay? So set your feet about hip-width distance apart, and we're gonna take it into a little mini squat. So sit back into your hips, stand. Sit back into your hips, stand. For those of you who have that full range of motion, lower back into that squat, stand. Remember, you can do this over a chair, over a coffee table, especially if you're not sure of your form. Literally sit and then stand. And again, if that's uncomfortable, keep the bar or your arms here in front of your body. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. Good. Okay, now we're going to take it into a forward alternating lunge or step pattern. You can keep your bar here now and move it in front of your body, okay? If you'd like to make it more challenging, extend the arms out in front of you. You're going to take a step forward, step back. Step forward with the opposite leg, step back. If you want to advance it, lower it down into a lunge and continue that alternating pattern. I'm going to show you from the side, okay? So you're either stepping forward, little bend, little weight transfer, or lowering down into a lunge, keeping that nice, tall, proud chest. Good. Couple more. You should start to feel those legs burning. Tall, proud chest. Good. Okay. Now, bring your arms down, flip your grip. So you're back with your palms facing forward, okay? Stand up tall, curl. Use your bicep strength. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Great. Okay, take a little breather. How'd you do with that? Okay? All right, so I'm going to expand on what we just did. Everything that we did, we used that bar, okay? Whether it was your broom, whether you actually had a weighted bar, or you were just following along with your arms. You could do everything that we just did, holding holding dumbbells, holding a stack of books, a heavy bag, whatever you have, a paint can, everything that we did, you can do with whatever you have, okay? So the overhead presses, the bent over rows, the squats, the forward lunges, okay? And the bicep curls. So whatever you have, whatever you feel most comfortable with, grab that and we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna demonstrate with a different prop for those of you out here who might be using something else or not have some of these things, okay? So bring it on up. Here's how it starts. Overhead shoulder press. Ready? And go. Let's do 12. 1, 2. You take over counting. Get yourself to 12 or your best. Remember, these are just suggestions. It's up to you to determine what's right for you and what you're able to do. Sometimes that can look different by the hour or by the day. There, I just did 12. Okay, now I'm going to take it into that bent over wide row. So hinge forward and use your back muscles. Breath out, pull. If this is too uncomfortable to do wide, feel free to turn them in narrow. And again, try to get yourself to 12. Protect that lower back. You don't want to be up like this. You want to be parallel if you can. And if you need to do this seated, do it seated. Good. Okay, now we're going to take it into that squat. Again, feel free to do it over your chair if you need to. Arms come up here. And sit it back. Stand. Dig your heels in. Make sure that body weight sits back into your heels. Drive up as you stand. Remember, it's not bend your knees. That's not a squat. That's hurting your knees. Push your hips and your butt back. See if you can get yourself to 12. If you've already done 12, you're going to move on now to that alternating forward lunge. Arms can come out in front, and here we go. Remember, it doesn't have to be a lunge. This is the advanced version. If you need to take it just into that forward step and weight transfer, that works too. That's a great way to gain some strength using a single leg motion. It's not as impactful. It's safer for people that might have knee issues. It's functional. It's something you do every day when you're walking. Everything I try to do, I try to root it in a functional, real-life manner. Good. And then final movement of the circuit, take it into your bicep curls. For 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're not swinging those arms. Keep them close and down at your sides. For another 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. All right, shake those arms up. Take a little breather. We doing okay? We're going to do one more round of that circuit. So again, anything goes. You can follow along with just your body weight. You can grab some weights if you have it. You can grab whatever you have. Okay, so let's go right back into that third and final round, and it starts with that overhead press. Stand up as tall as you can. Ready? And I'm going to do this one from the side so you can see a better angle of where your arms should try to align. So, big deep breath in, breath out. See how my arms are in line with my ear and my head, okay? You don't want to be pushing out here. That's a little bit too stressful. So, if you're not able to go full range, right, all the way up, work within your range, okay? So maybe it's just here. For 2, 3, 4, nice and tall. 5, 6, you want to practice good posture. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now take it into that bent over row. Tilt forward so your hinge, let the arms hang calm. And now here we go. Pull, use your back muscles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, strength, take it on the upper part of your back. Sit back into your hips for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5. Sit way back for 6. Remember, it can be as simple as sitting on your chair, just standing up. Sit down, stand up. That's your squat. That's the functional rooted version. Okay, do 1 more. Good. Okay, now take it into that forward step or forward lunge. Arms with prop or without, out in front. And take it into that step, step, or lunge, lunge. If you're doing that lunge, make sure that you keep the weight lowering back through that back leg so that your weight does not push forward through your knee. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, and stop. Okay, take those palms, face them forward, and now let's finish it off with those bicep curls. So, curl it on up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Okay, put those props down. You don't really need them anymore, okay? And now we're going to take it into a little cool down. So, take those arms, bring them up over your head. Big deep breath out. Side bend. Hold. Bring it back. Let's take that side bend to the opposite side. Good. And hold. I'm going to take it into a forward fold now. If you're not able to do this, you can just skip this part. But I'm going to take it into a full forward fold. I'm going to let those arms dangle and hang. If you take yoga, you can see this as a rag doll. You can also take your elbows and grab hold of them. For another 5, 4, you can do this seated or standing. 3, 2, and release it big. Swooping arms come on up. A little bit of a back bend here. If you're not able to raise those arms up overhead, you can place them here. Lean back. If you'd like to increase that stretch, take your fingers, interlace them behind your back. You should start to feel your chest opening. You should feel a stretch through your bicep area. Release it. Okay. Now let's stretch out those shoulders a little bit more. Take an arm, bring it across, scoop it on up. Release it. Switch sides. Give me the same thing on the opposite side. Good. Okay, now let's stretch out those legs a little bit. So reach down, grab your foot. If you can. If you can't do this, remember you can use a strap or you could use a sweatshirt or a towel. Release it. Let's do the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, go ahead and have a seat on something, right? Sit on the edge. Take your foot on your right foot, right leg, cross it over your thigh. Just let your leg sit here. That might be good enough. If your leg is up here, that's okay too. Try to be comfortable in this. And then if you'd like to increase that, go ahead and lean into it, extend the arms. Release it. Let's switch sides. It's the same thing on the opposite side. You can do this same thing lying on your back. So for those of you who would like to take a different position, laying on the floor doing this works as well. Oh, my coworkers are getting restless upstairs. They're wrestling and barking. Good. Okay, now let's take it into a straddle stretch, right? So if you're going to do this seated, you're going to take your legs as wide as you can, bring your arms up overhead, and now reach down like you're trying to tie that shoe, okay? If you were going to do this off the floor, over to the opposite side. Hold that stretch. Remember, you don't want to bounce. By now your muscles are warm, so stretching on them is good. In the beginning, we do those mobility and warm-up drills because you don't want to stretch on cold muscles because you could hurt yourself. So I always want to do something that gets the entire body warm, gets that heart rate up a little bit, because it's a warm-up. It's literally just warming your body, warming those muscles, priming them. And then towards our cool down is when we can stretch and make things a little bit more pliable. So good job. That is the end of our workout today. This was my 10 a.m. senior sweat. I try to make this a lower pace than some of my other classes, just to give people some other options, but I hope that you found my tips during the program to be beneficial for those of you that would like to do more. You can also feel free to check out all of my available workouts on this Empowered by Meg Facebook page under the videos tabs. All of my previous classes are housed there, so anything that we've done live then lives there, and you can access those workouts at any time you like. Again, today's Wednesday. I like to refer to Wednesday as Wellness Wednesday. So your tips for the week, tips for the day. Make sure that you are drinking water. You should always have a refillable water bottle with you. You can also help save the environment that way. If you have the plastic ones, that's okay too. No shame there. But make sure you're staying hydrated. It will also help with cramping. Go outside today. Take advantage of the sunny day. Bundle up. It is cold. I did come back from a dog walk right before I came down to teach this class. It's very cold. But that sunshine feels good. It'll help boost your moods. And I know these are tough times, but do your best to try to have some type of a routine. Hopefully it's exercise with me. If it's not, get out and do some exercise. It's okay to go for walks. Just make sure that where you're walking, people are being respectful of social distancing and space, especially if you have a compromised immune system. You really don't want to be utilizing park benches and things like that and touching things that other people could have touched. If you do, wear gloves, bring disinfectant and hand sanitizers with you, but stay active, okay? So just because we can't all see each other and be together doesn't mean that we have to stop being there for one another and moving together. So thanks again for showing up. This was Meg by Empowered by Meg, and this was my 10 a.m. senior sweat. Have a great day, enjoy the rest of your week, and be nice to each other. Thank you.